going on, everybody? Gage Benson, sponsored disc golfer from Worcester County, Massachusetts. And today I wanted to break down the 5 most important discs in my bag. So let's go. Alright, so the 5 most important discs in my bag are going to be all my approach discs. And I'll explain what each of these approach discs does to me and why it's so important. So I'll start off with the top one. So the top one is going to be a base grip P Model US. This is pretty much a backhand approach disc for me. Anything that's straight to maybe the slightest turn to the right. And basically, if I say slightest turn to the right, I'm basically just trying to throw it straight to give myself a putt to go to the right. I actually just started bagging this a month or two ago. Probably one of my favorite putters right out the box, because right out the box this is very, very, very straight, and it's held pretty true for a long time, even with some wear and tear. So yes, that's my, as far as backhand approach straight shots, this is one of the more important discs for me. So backhand approach, like right to left shots, like backhand hyzer shots, that's when the P Model S and the Duraflex plastic comes into play. P Model S is a little bit more stable putter, and with the Duraflex plastic, it's a little bit more stable right out the box, and it holds true for a little bit longer. So pretty much any backhand approach where I need to just throw a little baby hyzer right to left, this is where I'm reaching for right here. So these are like basically my 2 backhand approach discs. Straight to slightly turn to overstable, and the reason why is just for some reason the release for me backhand is so much cleaner than it was with a PA3. But PA3s are one of my favorite approach discs, and I'll show you why. So I carry 3 PA3s. These are all my forehand scramble, get out of jail, save a stroke shots discs. I saved a lot of strokes with these discs this year. So, in order from overstability to like the least stability, I'm going to begin with the 300 soft PA3. This one's relatively new, and I try to keep this slot in my bag relatively fresh. So pretty much anything that I could forehand out, and I can rely on it going left to right and dumping, is what I want this disc to be. Eventually, it'll beat in to be a little too straight for me, and that's when I'll have to rotate a new one in the bag, or rotate this one into a different slot in my bag. But for now, it's holding that overstability, and eventually, when it beats in, it's going to beat into this slot in my bag, which is another 300 plastic PA3. This one's been in my bag for a few seasons now. One of my more favorite ones. Straight as an arrow. I can flick it on a hyzer, pops up, and it rides flat for so long. Maybe a little bit of turn. Very, very straight disc. If I'm looking to go straight with not much right or left, this is a disc that I'll do that with. But because it's such a neutral flying disc right now, it's beating into that stability. If I wanted to go right or left, I can make it go right or left based on the angle I put it on. Now, if I wanted to throw a forehand hyzer, like a left to right shot with this, I could do that, but it's not going to have as overstable finish as this one. So I pretty much would decide, like, hey, do I want to be a more glidier, slight slower finish, or a slightly less glidier, heavier finish? So that's basically what I have to decide in the shot. But I forehand both of these. I don't backhand, like I explained. For some reason, those ones are a cleaner backhand release for me, and these ones are much better forehand release for me. And yeah. And then my final PA3 in the bag is my most understable PA3. This is the first PA3 I was ever given, the first Prodigy disc I ever started throwing, before I was even sponsored by Prodigy back in like 2017. And I don't think I got picked up. Yeah, I wasn't sponsored by Prodigy till the summer of 2018. And up until that point, I was only throwing PA3s and H3s, and this is one of the first ones. So basically, anyways, this is like, I can flip this up down some crazy tunnels in the woods. Yes, it's an approach shot, but I use this. We're playing up here in New England. We have a lot of long woods courses, and this baby comes into play, especially if I can get off the fairway. I can shoot up to 300 feet off the fairway with this very easily. Forehand, flip it up through tight gaps. This one comes in handy because sometimes like you might be stuck behind a tree, and you have to plant this foot in front and stand up like this, so you can't get as much push off. So you need to rely a little bit more on that wrist snap. This one comes into play really well because I can snap my wrist and rely on it to pop up, and it's so understable that it is going to either fly straight or slightly turn. And yeah, it saved me so many strokes. Another key thing I like to bring in, like to speak of, is like if I needed a disc to kind of slide on the ground, like a low ceiling shot, and you need to slide up to the basket, I'm reaching for this one because it's a 350 plastic, so it'll slide on the ground a little bit more. As you can see, the whole rim is just beat to beat to beat to beat to beat because a lot of low ceiling slide, like kind of skip shots with this thing. And then this one is a stickier putter, being the 300 plastic, the older on the 300, and it's a little bit more grippier. So if I need something to sit down and kind of stop on a dime when it gets to the landing zone, this is the one I'm reaching for. So that's another cool thing I like to, always speak about, is I have one for little low ceilings, kind of slide up to the pin, and one that kind of I want to stop on a dime and I don't want it to go too far. And yeah, those are the 5 most important discs in my bag, because like you found out at the World Championships, all the shots within 250 feet are the most important, and that's where you make your money and your strokes gained and your prizes and all that stuff. So anyways, thank you for watching. Hopefully I do some more videos breaking down my bag and stuff like that in the future. I'm going to try to start getting back in rhythm and things. Things have been going well for me. Some other things are slowing down, some other things are picking up. It's just good to keep going and going and going. So yes, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.
I try and stack my ends while ridiculed by